Yeah, so YY was the host at Dr. Ofweneke'S latest podcast, Lessons at 30. And bro, man, are there major takeaways from that podcast? I think Dr. Ofweneke is a little bit corny for posting that podcast, rather posting that interview at a time when YY was trending for a rumored breakup with his wife. But I guess when you're in the industry and someone is your friend, even when they're going through shit, you have to capitalize. You have to capitalize on their trending for you to also get engagement and views. So yeah. However, the main point here is what I feel about YY as an act, what I feel about YY as a comedian. I've said this before. I've said this a million times. I personally think YY is the best comedian in the country, and even in my Mount Rushmore of comedians, I've always put YY number one, followed by Kevin Hart, and after Kevin Hart is Dave Chappelle, right? In that order. Uh, this is not me being what do you call it, patriotic because the TYY is Kenyan. First of all, yes, you have to believe on the talents and on the skills of your own people. But honestly, if you've never listened to YY comedian stand-up comedy, you definitely need to go to listen to that guy. I feel like YY needs to have, or rather, I don't think he needs to have. I think this is inevitable. At some point, YY is going to have a special, and bro, it's going to be fire. It's definitely going to be motherfucking fire. So yeah, my takeaway is I have three of the most goated interviews by YY. Number one being his interview on the Jalang'o show that happened back in 2021 when we had all this coronavirus story. And number two, there's an interview he did on the Wicked edition, the Wicked edition with Dr. Kingori around the same period. And then number three is this one with Dr. Ofweneke. So let's just go back. And on the first interview with Jalang'o, there's something that YY said about giving women money, right? So you could be chilling, a woman calls you, she tells you, yo, Niaja Anonymous team, I need 2K urgently. Instead of just sending this woman those 2K, you need to first of all check on your family. Call your mom, call your dad, your sister, your brother. Ask them, mkoaje, uko fiti, uko poa. Kama wako poa, then you send like 3 times of what this woman has asked you to them. If you don't have 3 times of what this woman has asked you, you send them yo yenye that woman has asked you, and then you go back to the lady and tell them, yo bro, niko chini. But if they're okay, then you can send out the nini. So the takeaway there is always put family first. Banze. Blood is always thicker than motherfucking water. Always put family first. So many people, especially young people, go so fucking wrong. Especially when wanakama wanakuwa financially stable kidogo, you people like forget that you've had a support system that has pushed you all the way to where you've gotten. And people nowadays hide under the guise of black tax, of which you're going to get on, or rather of which you're going to get to when speaking about the podcast with Dr. Ofweneke, because they did also talk about that, and there was also another major takeaway from that. But honestly, YY is really, really goated. I do like listening to his interviews, especially when it's interviews with grown men. You understand? Wanaume who understand what they want in life, what they are doing in life, what they've achieved in life, and what they want to achieve even more in life. So yeah, so go watch the YY Jalang'o interview. You'll take from 4 years back, you'll take a lot of dope insights from that shit. Number two was his interview, one of his interviews. They've done a lot, but one of the interviews he's done with Dr. Kingori from 2020, where he says you could be someone's friend, but that person is not your friend. meaning wewe unaweza kuwa una consider mtu best yako sana, in that mtu akikuwa na shida, like you're so quick, you'll be so quick to help to bail this person out from their problems. But wewe ukikuwa na shida, this person is not as invested in helping you out as you are. Unaweza kuwa una consider umeweka mtu on a pedestal as a friend, but this person hasn't done on this person's end, wewe ni mtiaji sana kwake. So it's just like it's just the same. This same analogy can be applied to relationships, right? Like you could love someone so much, but this person doesn't love you as much in return. So people don't really consider the same when it comes to friendship. Unapata saa zingine unapata, like there's one specific thing he said in that interview, like saa zingine uko na shida, like you're really uko na shida, probably hata una rent, you need like just 2K to top up on your rent and pay your rent, and you call a friend, and this friend tells you they don't have that money, but this friend 2 days later or a day later can call you and tell you, unajua ni aje bro, twende hivi tulewe. Unaona, twende hivi tulewe, let's go have a good time. So you're like, okay, this person is probably going to spend like the same amount or even more on your alcohol, but when it comes to topping you up pesa to pay your rent is where they draw the line. So it's like this person just wants your company, he's paying for your company, but when it comes to helping you, foot bills or other problems is where they draw the line. They don't really want to get involved. Okay, this can be argued. I can argue like context. I can argue in this sense. This other person might feel like, well, okay, niki pea umse hii do sahi, they'll probably make it a habit. Leo itakuwa ni top up hii nifanye hivi, next time itakuwa ni top up hii ni buy TV, next time itakuwa ni top up hii, and then you start feeling like you're being taken advantage of as a friend. That can be argued like that, but still it's a major takeaway if you think of it, is it objectively and not subjectively, yeah? So that was from the Dr. Kingori interview. And number 3, finally, on the Dr. Ofweneke interview, yo, Maze, you guys need to go and watch that shit. Number 1, let's just start on relationships, and he was like, whenever you fall in love with a woman and you're even like, this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life is, if you're the rest of my life with, sorry, if you're in a position to elevate this person, if you're in the position to lift this person up financially, and when I say financially, see to compare pesa, but career wise, business wise, and that shit, like huyu mtu unapata ko passionate or that they're really good at doing something, and you're in a position to like help them do that thing and excel in that thing, go ahead and do it. And I think the title of the show was like, it was so corny of Dr. Ofweneke to create an ex you're proud of. And we all know the whole rumors that are going around. But yeah, but definitely imagine you have a child with someone, and this applies both ways with men and women. Imagine you have a child with someone, and when you are dating this person, you had the chance, or rather you had the opportunity to elevate this person, but you never did, saying that, hey, mtu anaweza nitoka, haina haja time yangu nikijaribu kuinua huyu mtu alafu anitoke. Human beings are human beings, and strangers fall in love, just like the same way strangers fall in love, strangers can fall out of love. But when you're really in good terms and you're really in love, this is relationships specifically, capitalize on it and lift each other up. Imagine having a kid, and as a woman, probably you had connections where you could have connected this person with jobs, whatever you can, this to elevate this guy financially. And now you didn't do that, and you now have a baby daddy who can't even pay school fee for their kids. Unaona, so sasa you start going out there calling your baby daddy a deadbeat, whereas you had an opportunity to elevate this person at some point to make this person someone that you can be proud of, to make this person someone that your child could be fucking proud of. You understand? So that's the analogy, and it applies both ways, even with women. Imagine wewe kama mwanaume, like you have all the resources possible to uplift this person financially, holistically, emotionally, and you don't do that shit, eh? And you probably have a child together, and now uko mahali mliachana probably, but huku elevate huyu mtu wako sasa, they are just na saa zile maybe uko down sana, mtoto maybe ni msik nini, uanza nini, uko down, you're in a point of kukopa, but sasa this baby mama that you didn't elevate is blowing up your phone telling you tunataka pesa ya kupeleka mtoto hospitali. Imagine if you had elevated this person, some vitu zingine tu atajifanyia without necessarily having, hata nini akikupigia umwambia niko down, atajifanyia. They won't have to start nagging you over things that they can do for their. So yeah, please, that was an interesting take, honestly. And the hata mtu akikukumbuka, yeah, this person was this and that, was this and that, but I'm where I am today because of this person. I think it's always a good, what do you call it? It's always good to have people say good things about you, in as much as you may not be in good terms at the current times. Shit, I didn't rhyme. Yeah, so yeah, it's always good to have people have certain to have good things to say about you, even when there are bad things about you, right? So yeah, they can say anonymous team is this, anonymous team in this, but I get, yeah. So that was one, and the other one, which is which was one of my favorites from that, is when building in Nairobi, hawa tu by manyumba mashamba Kitengela ajenge, you know, Ruiru, Uthiru, Kangundo Road, Rai huko and all. And he was saying when the time came for him to build close to Nairobi, people were like, una build sijui Kangundo Road, huko ni mbali sana, si karibu na town, utakuwa unafika aje tao? And he was like, why should people always have that mentality? I need to stay close to town ndio ni commute, ni juu ya ease of commute. That means you have the mentality that you're going to be employed forever. You need to have goals and you need to have a purpose in life and goals. You need to be like, yes, I'm commuting, but in the next 5 years I'm going to be driving a car. I'm employed, but in the next 10 years I'm going to be self-employed. Like, you shouldn't have like that slave mentality, that type of mentality that locks you in one specific position, in one specific place for the entirety of your life, bro. And I thought that was very, very, very dope. That was very, very interesting. When you're doing things, you shouldn't look at them on the basis of ease, but rather you should be looking at them on the basis of what gives your heart peace. Peace, not just peace of heart, but peace of mind and shit. I'm all over the place at the moment, shit. Yeah, but peace of mind, comfort and shit, like, because it's like nobody wants to be in the same place, but subconsciously we kind of like want to be in the same place, or rather we kind of wish for ourselves to be in the same place. So yeah, bro, that podcast was really, really, really dope. So I'm not going to water it down so much. You motherfuckers go out there and watch that motherfucking interview. It was dope.